Hi, Ann and I want to teach you today 4 games that you can use on Zoom to continue to build your team, camaraderie, and just have fun. Ann, what you got?
So some of these games are games that you have played since childhood. Some of them we've adapted, and some are from some of our books. And I'm going to start with a childhood favorite. I'm sure you've all played 20 questions. So in playing 20 questions, you would choose one person in your group to be it, and they would silently think of one object, and then the rest of the group would take turns asking questions to try to narrow down and guess what object, what person, place, or thing that the game leader has in their mind. So, for instance, as the game leader, I might silently have in my head a lion, and the rest of the group would ask questions to try to narrow down, is it an animal? Is it a food? Is it something in your house? And then they would try to narrow it down and guess lion. Would you add anything to that, Susan?
I'll say it's simple. It works in groups for real, and it works online. So I think that's an easy one to remind people to do. This next one that will be interesting to see if it works well, and this is from one of our books called, and the game is called Who's the Leader? So you'll ask one person you'll put one person in the break room. The rest of the group will decide who the leader is. So in this case, since we're demoing very lightly, and if I designate her as the leader, she'll start with some motion that everyone who's in your group will follow. So if she's snapping fingers, we're all snapping fingers. And then if she changes the motion at some point, we all change the motion to copy what she's doing. And then we just keep following her. We, as the rest of the group, don't want to stare at her, but you, the leader, will go into the break room and tell them to come back or kick them out, and they are going to try and figure out who the leader of the motions is, and they have 2 guesses. That's
That's
how
really
that
fun.
goes.
The next one I want to teach is a modification on the old school game Four Corners. We call it Corner Choices. And in this game, you as the game leader would need to share a whiteboard with the group. And on that whiteboard, you'll use your annotate feature to number the 4 corners of your board, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Doesn't matter what order, as long as they're clearly marked. Then you want to teach your group how to use that annotate feature and how to do a stamp, either their name stamp, something they could do quickly. They don't want to handwrite with the drawing feature. That will take too long. So let them practice using that annotate feature, using their stamp. And then your game leader is going to quickly just count down 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And while they're counting, the players each have to put their stamp in one of the 4 corners of the board. When the game leader gets down to the 0 count, they're going to take a die, just a regular 6-number die, and they're going to roll it. If they roll a 5 or a 6, it's a pass. If they roll a 1, everyone with their stamp in corner number 1 will be out. If they roll a 2, everyone within the corner stamped number 2 will be out. And you keep playing, eliminating players until you get down to the winner, who's the last one standing. Does that
Last one, called Blind Design. Do you have paper and pen, Ann?
got it?
You're ready.
I'm ready.
Everyone in your group needs paper and a writing utensil of some kind, and just scrap paper. And you can do this in pairs if you have a small group and put them in various breakout rooms, or you can do it as a big group. And so I, as the designated artist, draw a simple design on my paper, and then I have to give directions to the rest of the group or my partner if you're doing this in pairs, and they're going to draw, and then we're going to compare what Ann draws in this case to what I drew and see if we have the same thing. So Ann, think, um, how do I describe this? Think triangles and think in the number of 5, but without the straight line of triangles, and connect all 5 triangles in a circular manner so they're all connected. Treetops might be another way to do that, or V's. V's would have been a good way for me to say this. Think of V. So there's a V at the top of the page, and then from each corner, there's a V going out to each side. And then from those corners, there's another V.
Hold on. I've got the V coming out from each corner. And then what?
And then there's V's coming off of both of those corners, which should connect the whole thing. I love it when I get to demonstrate bad directions and maybe not picking such a simple picture after all. And in the middle of your top V, which I didn't tell you should be backwards or upside down. We're just going to go with it. This is really bad. There are two little dots and there is an upside down C.
Two little dots and an upside down C.
Two dots and upside down C underneath the dots, and the two dots are side by side parallel.
Upside down C? That's a frowny face. Okay.
I really stunk at this. This is what I have.
I got
Hey, you did get most of it. I should have. See, there you go. It's going to be good for a laugh. There's going to be bad directions. Whew, I should have practiced that before we got on. Anything you want to say, Anne?
Yes, I'm going to do a really quick sketch of an easy option that they might choose. Doing a simple preschool house might be a really easy way to start. Think preschool, think kindergarten when you first draw your image for the game leaders.
Or I could have said, like the directions in our book, do 3 circles on top of each other with each small circle working to larger and putting 2 dots inside of the small circle.
Awesome, simple snowman. Hey, as always, if you like these group games, like the video, subscribe to our channel, share it. We want to help others play with purpose, and you sharing these ideas is a great way to empower and equip those around you to have fun with their groups and do it with purpose. Thanks.
Thanks.